Hello everyone. So today we'll be talking about arrays in JavaScript. In the last video we've talked about how arrays are object as well. And let's go ahead and dive into more details and see some array methods as well. In JavaScript, arrays aren't primitives, but instead array objects within the following core characteristics. So we have two type of data structures like primitives, and others are like object and null and stuff. So JavaScript arrays aren't primitive, but instead array object. JavaScript arrays are resizable and can contain mix of different data types. So we can have number, string, objects stored in the same array, and we can use it. And they are resizable as well. We can increase the size as we want. In some other low-level languages like C, you cannot resize the array as we go. We must define it beforehand, how long the array will be and stuff. So this is the prop of having using a high level language like JavaScript or Python. We do not need to define array sizes, and they are automatically resizable. So JavaScript arrays are not associative arrays. So I have googled about it. So associative arrays are an abstract data type that can hold data in key value pairs. So like in object we used to have key value pair, and we were able to tap the key to get the value, but in JavaScript arrays we cannot use that. We must use numbers like this, like we saw in the last video. We must use something like log air dot at, and not flat 0. We can access it like this. Like this is the name. Let's comment this one out to avoid confusion. So we can do it like this, or we can do it like this. We get the name as we've defined name at the first place. Okay, so we cannot use the key because we don't have a key actually here. As we can see, we just have a value, but we actually do have a queue, which is the we have a key, which is the this number 0. This is the key here. Let's go ahead and log the array and see what do we have. So we have key value pair here as well. We have 0 as the key, and value is name, and 1 as the key, and Arshad as the value, and 2 as the key, and programming as the value. So we are tapping the key here as well, but in a different way. We can't do add.0, so we will get an error. We can do add.at then 0, or we can do it like this, square bracket, and then mention the index like 1, 2. So array start from 0, as we've talked about this in our last video. JavaScript arrays are 0 indexed. First element of an array is at index 1, the second at index 1, index 0 I mean, and second is at index 1, and so on. And the last element is the value of array's length property -1. So how do we access the last element of this? Like we want to get last element from this array, right? How do we do that? Without, we can go for negative number here like -1, and we get undefined because it is not defined. So what we do is dot length, oh, not like this, I mean dot length -1, and now we get programming here. So there is another property here. Let's go ahead and see that. So we have we have key value pairs, and we also have a length, which is the length of this array. So if we tap dot length, we get 3 because we have 3 items in our array. So how do we access the last one here? We access the last one using square bracket and then defining array dot length, which is giving us 3, and then -1, which will be the last one. So array dot length, we are getting 3 and then -1. Okay, not exactly. We're tapping. Wait a minute. That makes 2 technically, but that's not how it works, I know. So we go for dot add -1, and we get the last one here as well. So at length property, what we're doing is dot length -1. Let's go for a dot length, and we get undefined because okay, I get it. So array dot length is returning 3 now, and we are essentially doing 3 minus 1, so it's 2, and we get 0 1 2. We get the last one. I was a bit confused here as well. Let's go ahead and add another one, study, and add dot length -1. It's doing the same thing. So arrays start from 0, that's why we get the array dot length, which is 4, and -1 is 3, 0 1 2 3. We get the last one. So array dot length is another property of this array object. As we can see, if we log only the array, we get 4 key and value pairs. First one is the index and the value, and we have another thing of length. We can tap array dot length to get the length, and if we want to tap the last value, we do it like array dot length -1. So we get 4 minus 1, which is 3, 0 1 2 3. We get the last one. We'll always get the last one like this, because array dot length will return one more than we have here, because array is starting from 0, but the length count is accurate, like 1 2 3 4, and then -1 is 3. So array starts from 0, so 0 1 2 3. This is the last one. Okay, so let's move forward. JavaScript array copy operations create shallow copies. Okay, these only create shallow copies and not deep copies. We will be talking about shallow copies and deep copies in our next videos, I think. So let's go ahead and see how do we copy an array. So we copy an array like this. Let's say we want to copy this array, right? So what do? We can go for copy dir and then do it exactly like we did in object copying, right? Copied, let's just copy the copied dir, and as you can see, we get the exact same array, and we are console logging this 230th line, and we get 230 line, and we get the same array name, Arshad programming study and stuff. So this is how we copy an array. Let's see the other ways. So create a copy using spread syntax. So this is called spread operator or spread syntax, whatever you want to call it. We can use it for object and array as well. So to copy an array, we do array symbol, which is square bracket and then dot dot dot, and then the array name. The same is true for object as well. If we were to copy an object, we would do something like this, curly braces and then dot 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 array, but this will not be working here because this is not an object, this is an array. So we must use square bracket and then dot 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 and the array name. So we have copied it successfully right here. We have another way, another two other ways. So we have from, so we can use another method like let's delete this one because we have already copied it, and let's go for array dot from, and then mention the array name like add here. And let's go ahead and see, array is not, oh, not array. And as we can see, we copied the array once again without the spread operator. Let's try to copy with spread operator as well. 2, let's make this 1 array. Oh no, not like this, we want to do it in spread operator. Okay, so let's log 1 and 2 both. So we are logging copied array 1 and copied array 2. Let's go ahead and see both of them side by side. And as you can see, it's the exact same array. There are no differences at all. And let's go ahead and see another way. We can do dot slice as well, array dot slice. So let's go ahead and create copied array 3 and then make array dot slice, and let's log the third one as well. And now we can see all 3 arrays are being copied here, and they look exactly the same. So there are 3 ways to copy: spread operator or spread syntax, array dot from, this is the method, and array dot slice, not array dot slice but the array name dot slice, and this one is array dot from. Notice how this is in capital letter, so this is a constructor function. We will be talking about that in our later videos. Let's go ahead and move forward with array indices. Okay, so array objects cannot use arbitrary strings as element indexes, so we must use numbers like square bracket or dot at and then the number, or we can do like at and square bracket indexes, not object like dot and then the key. We cannot do it like that. So let's go ahead and see array dot length. Yeah, we've already talked about array dot length. Okay, let's talk about push method. So we have push and splice method to add and remove from arrays. So let's go ahead and see that. Let's comment these out, we don't need copies for now. And okay, let's log this array once again and remove this code. Okay, so we have this array named in arr, and let's go ahead and see our log. We have the exact same array. Let's see how do we add another one in this array. We can do array.push and then add something like something. Okay, so we have pushed another string in this array. So let's see the log, and as you can see it is now 5 and we have something here as well. So we can add elements to arrays like this, or we can do something like let's see, where do we want to put our next array element? 0 1 2 3 4. So arr5 equal to new element, and as you can see we have a new element at arr5, array index 5. This is array index, so it starts from 0 1 2 3 4 and this one is 5, so we get 6 element because array starts from 0. Okay, so we can reassign in using this as well. Let's do arr0 and change the 0 to index from name to something like eat, let's say. Okay, so as we can see we have eat at first and not name, because this has been overwritten right here. We can overwrite things in array like this. We can push something new, or we can remove something by using air.pop. So pop is another method which will remove the last element. So can you guess which one will be removed now? So last one is this new element, so this new element will be removed. And we have eat Arshad programming study something, eat Arshad programming study something, and this new element is removed by this air.pop. We can use air.pop once again, and this will remove the second last one now, so which will be the study. Okay, not study actually, something. Something was the last one. This is in array index 4. So we will be removing this one. Air.pop just removes the last one from the element, and air.push just add something at last. So let's see if we do air.push something and we instantly do air.pop, what happens? Okay, so something will not be here at all because something is being removed instantly. This line is adding something after this study, and let's comment these out to avoid confusion. So name Arshad programming study, and we have pushed here a new one at array index 4 something, and then after that instantly we are popping it. So something is not visible here. Let's comment this one out and we can see something is here, but air.pop is removing it from this array. Okay, let's see what other methods we have. Let's see. Okay, add.prototype push. So this is just pushing new things as we've talked about. Const animals, pigs, goats, sheep, and now we're pushing animals dot push, array name dot push, and then we're pushing cows here as well. As we can see, cows are now in here. Okay, let's see splice method of array instances. Change the content of an array by removing or replacing existing elements or adding new elements in places. Okay, so we can use air.splice to remove something or add something as well to replace it essentially. So let's see what they're doing here is mentioning all the months. Let's comment these out to avoid further confusion. So we have some months. So we have January, March, April, June, and now we want to add February at index 1. Let's go for months log, and as expected we get January, February, March, April, June. So we are inserting February in this array index 1. So what we're doing here is months.splice and inserting at index 1, and we are getting this output February as we are getting in this console here as well. Months.splice for 1 May. So replacing one element at index 4. So 0, this 0 means we are not replacing anything, we're just inserting a new one. And this 1 main, we're replacing this one. Let's see and understand this well. Let's do months dot splice, and let's go for 4 1 and add May. Okay, so splice can add or replace thing as well. Let's understand this clearly. So we have January, March, April, and June. So months.splice is saying this first one is for the index. We can do it 0 here as well. And as we can see, we get February, then January, and then March, April, May. So why we are getting February, then January? Because we are inserting this February at 0th index but replacing no one. This 0 means we are not replacing anyone, we are just adding a new one. If we add 1 here, this January will be replaced entirely. And as we can see, we have February, March, April, June. If we do 2 here, 2 of the elements will be replaced. So January and March is now gone. Only February, April, June, May are here. Okay, so let's see, we're doing months.splice 1. So we're putting at array index 1. This one is 0. And then we have an imaginary February here, just to show you guys what we're doing. We are this is index 0 and this is index 1. We are inserting this fev string at index 1 and we are replacing no one. By this 0, it means we are replacing zero elements in this array, and this one indicates that this one is the index number. So we get January and February. But in terms of May, we are doing we are inserting May at index 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, and this one is 4. Oh, wait, what? Oh, I get it. 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We are inserting at 4. We are replacing one element from here. Okay, so now we get January, February, March, April, May, not June. So this one was inserted, so we get 0, 1, 2, 3, and this one is 4, and this one is being overwritten by this May, and we are overwriting this one element, which is this June. If we do 0 here, we'll get June and May both. As we can see, we get May, June, April, May, June. We get all of them. If we do 1 here, it will remove this June, because it is, we are saying it to overwrite this June. Okay, so let's move forward. I hope you guys really understood Splice. Splice is really powerful, and Splice can replace or remove and add to an array whatever you want by using these arguments. So they are called arguments for, let's just understand their arguments. We will be talking about functions in our later videos. Okay, so we have copied and we have used Splice. I actually cannot talk about all the array methods here, but I will be talking about as much as I can and maybe talk about some of them in my next video. Of course, object.keys. So actually I forgot to mention that we can access the keys of any object by using object.keys. So let's do log. Should have mentioned this at the object videos, I think, but let's learn it here. Object.keys and months. Let's go ahead and see the log. We get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are getting the keys here. We are getting the keys of this month. So as I've just told you guys, that arrays are stored as key value pair as well. So we get these keys 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 as the keys, and then we get the values as here. Okay, so let's go ahead and delete this and read what is here. Oh, we can assign things in array just like this, as I've just shown you guys. We can actually input things like this. Let's do months dot, okay, not dot, let's do 10. Let's say October. It's maybe not October. Okay, it is October actually. Anyway, so we are doing we are assigning 10th index. Actually it would be 9, as array starts from 0. So we have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 items in our array, and then we have some 9th index as October. Let's see what the result is. So we have January, February, March, April, May, and then 9th index we have October. But where are 5, 6, 7, 8? So we have empty array indexes there. As you can see, empty into 4. So we have 4 empty array indexes. They are not even undefined, they are just straight up empty. We can, however, assign values to them if we want. Like, let's do months 8 and go for September. And now we get empty into 3. So 3 empty indexes are still there. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are empty, and then we have 8, 9. Okay, so increasing the length strings extends the array by adding empty slots without creating any new element. Okay, so we can actually reassign the months dot length as well. As we've seen previously, we can do months dot length to access the length of an array. As we can see, we have 10, but if we do months dot length equal to 12, and now we get 12 index array. Let's do length, and we can see now it's 12. So what do we have in those empty places? We have just empty indexes. There are nothing. Empty into 3 here, and then empty into 2 here. So we have 5 empty indexes, and we have the other indexes as well. Okay, so we can redefine length as well, and we can tap this length and get the real length as well. If we do not set the length ourselves like this, the length will give us whatever we have in our arrays. And if we assign length like this, the array will create empty indexes wherever it's necessary to fulfill the length property of this what we have assigned. Okay, so decreasing the length property does, however, delete elements. Okay, so if we set months dot length to 2 now, the other indexes of this array will be deleted. As we can see, we get now January and February only, and if we do months dot length, we get 2, because others are just straight up deleted. So we should not actually be defining array dot length whenever we want. It is just kept to get the length of an array to access the last element of an array. Let's delete this and see how we can access the last element. We can do months dot length -1, and we should get October. Okay, not October actually. Oh yeah, October. I thought I have defined it to 12 and I would get an empty something. Let's go and see the empty one. Months dot length equal to 12, and let's see what do we get. We are getting undefined if we try to access it, but it is actually empty. undefined is technically empty, but null is the empty value. Undefined is yet set to be defined. We can actually define the array indexes as well later on, so it is undefined, we would say. So we have many more array methods, and as I've said, I cannot actually show you guys all of the array methods, but I will be showing you guys what we use in our day-to-day basis. We sometimes use the concat. So how do we add two arrays? We do it like this. We do air.concat, and let's just take this down and show you guys how to do it. Okay, so let's go ahead and log array, and before that we want to perform array.concat and then provide what array we want to concat here. So what we're doing here is array.concat. So we are concating this array with this month. So this months will be in the later part, and name Arshad Programming Study will be at first. Okay, wait a minute. I think that's not how it works. Let's see. Okay, we need to assign another variable here. Let's say added array, and let's go ahead and see the result. And as you can see, we have added both arrays, we have merged both arrays. So we do array and this array and then months, and then we do array.concat and then provide this months what we want to merge. We can do the other way around as well, and let's just do array, and as you can see, January, March, April are before this name, Arshad and stuff. Okay, so concat is for adding arrays. Copy within, I've never used it. I have used it, but very little, but let's not go into this. Filter, yes, I want to talk about filter. So filter is, as the name suggests, it's a filter method. If we want to filter some stuff from an array, we use filter. Let's see how filter works. So we have words array, spray, limit, elite, exuberant, okay, destruction, present, and the result would be, let's log the result, not results, result. Okay, so what we are filtering here, let's see, words, we want to filter this array, so we do words dot filter, and then we use the so it is just going over each and every one of these elements. So it is reading first one, so it is taking each and every word. So this is a words array, so we are taking each word and then checking word dot length. So we are checking this length 1 2 3 4 5. So it is saying word dot length greater than 6. So whichever word has more than 6 characters in them will be filtered out, and as we can see, we are getting all the big words which are more than 6. It is a bit technical for now because we haven't talked about mapping or greater than and stuff, but you guys get it, I hope so, because it is just straight up dot length, what we've just talked about, array dot length. So array dot length greater than 6, let's say, and you can understand hopefully, I guess. So this is a very similar thing. We are determining each and every element's length, and then whichever word have more than 6 characters in length, we are filtering out, and we are keeping those in our result variable and then logging out the result variable. Okay, so yeah, filter is pretty interesting. We can do many things, like let's say greater than 8, and now we get greater than 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this one has 9. Let's go for greater than 9. and now this one, that one will be gone, and destruction has more than 9, so it is now staying. And let's do more than 1, and all the elements will be here because all the elements have length more than 1. Okay, so let's go ahead and see flat. No, I don't want to talk about it. For each is similar like map. So I want to talk about for each map and other stuff which are basically looping over it. uh, let's talk about this in a separate video in my next video. So let's go for index of. So we can, so in my not previous video, this video I think, and I've talked about this in the previous video as well. So I did say that we cannot use indexes like words dot this and get anything in return, right? But we can do what we can do is instead use this method, which is index of. So we wanna do words dot index of and then pass the word, let's say spray, and now it will show me 0 because this is just giving me back the index. So let's see, I wanna know which index destruction is on, and we get 4. We get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So index of just returns the index of the element that we're providing here. Let's say present, and we should get 5. Yeah, we're getting 5. Limit, we should get 1, and yeah, we're getting 1. So understanding array indexes is pretty important. So array indexes start from 0 and this goes on, then goes on 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then normal counting. Okay, index of is taken care of. Last index of, okay, I don't use it like ever. Map, okay, map I will talk about this in the next video. Reduce is a bit complex as well. I will talk about it in the next video as well. Let's do reverse. So reverse, as the name suggests, we will just reverse the array. Let's go ahead and see that. Let's do words dot reverse. This is a pretty common technical interview question as well, where they ask you to reverse an array or a string. So this is pretty interesting, I think. So we are reversing this array, so we are putting it upside down. Let's say it is in order like spray, limit, elite, and then go on. And but we have now reversed it, and we get present, destruction, exuberant, elite, limit, and spray. As we can see, it has now reversed itself. Let's see it with numbers, which will be a bit easier, I would say. Let's do 4, 5, and 6. So we have this array of 1 to 6, and we do numbers. Let's go for numbers to avoid confusion. Numbers dot reverse, and we get 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So we have essentially reversed it or gotten it the other way around. Okay, so this is how you reverse an array. And then let's go ahead and see slice. Slice is pretty interesting as well. So slice would just return a shallow copy of a portion of an array in a new array object selected from start to end. So slice is used to, as the name suggests, cutting arrays into other new array in another new array, which will just be a shallow copy of the previous array. So let's go ahead and see what it returns. It returns camel, duck, and elephant. So camel, duck, elephant. So array.slice have taken out first 2 indexes. Let's go for 1, and we get bison, camel, duck, elephant. Let's go ahead and add 0, and we get everything as we had, and bison, camel, duck, elephant. So array.slice is essentially cutting out the index, not index, but the elements you want to be cut. Let's say we want slice to cut from 0 or the first index, and we get bison, camel, duck, elephant. If we do it like this, 3 0, or not 0, sorry, 1 2 3, and we get duck and elephant. We can pass in 2 arguments as well. Like, let's say we want it to cut from 1 to 3, and now we get bison and camel. So we are essentially cutting out from 1, and then we're keeping 2 3. Oh, actually we are using the index as well, actually. So if we do 1, it will just start from 1, array index 1. And if we do 1 and 3, so we're doing first one is getting cut out, and then we're getting cut, we're cutting the duck and the elephant as well. So we're just keeping bison and camel. So we're doing 0 1 2 3, and this, from this one it is cut. So 3 is not included here, but the other rest of the stuff is now cut out. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Slice sum. I don't use sum, actually. Sort, we can use sort. We do use sort sometimes, but it is done in another way. I will show you guys in the next video, not next video, later videos actually. Let's go for 5 7 3, and so what sort does is sort these for us. So make them in order, like we have 5 at first, then we have 6, but now when we use numbers.sort, we get 3 first, then 5, then 5, then 6, then 6, then 7. So we are sorting, essentially we're sorting, and we're putting them in order. Let's say we have 15, we have 6, we have 31, we have 15. Okay, that's why I wanted to say that we do use this sort, but in another way, by using something like a b and then use a minus b. Okay, not like this, actually, my bad. We need to call a separate function altogether. Okay, now we get the sorted array. Why we were not getting sorted array? Because this numbers.sort perform on string mostly. So 1 is greater than 6, less than 6, I mean. That's why 15 is at front, and 3 is less than 6. That's why 31 is at front. So this sorting is not the way as you'd expect. Let's read what sort has to say. So returns the reference to the same array now sorted. The default sort order is ascending. Okay, so it performs sort mostly on strings, as I can tell, like March, January, February, and then we get December at first, because A B C D E F G H I J K L M N. Okay, so sort is, this is not how we use sort. We use sort like this, as I showed you guys just now. A B and then A minus B. And this is how we can sort our stuff. We should be understanding what this does essentially, but not for now. Let's just understand that there is a sort, but that's not how we expect to sort things out. and we have talked about Splice already. And I want to talk about includes. Yeah, includes is pretty important, I would say. So includes just checks if that array has what we're putting it to check. Like let's say if includes 15, it will return a boolean true or false. So it does include 15, that's why we're getting true. But let's say 155 and this saying false, because this numbers array does not include 155, it includes 15, and we get true when we put 15 there and not 155, we get false. We'll find, we can use find as well. Find is pretty interesting. So find is a bit like, I would say, a filter, but it just returns the first one. So let's see, what we want here is dot find, then number. Okay, so what we're doing here is numbers dot find, and then we are going for each and every number and then checking whether it is greater than 10 or not. So what should we get? We get 15 because the first one is 15. Let's delete this and put 15 right here, and remove the 31 as well because 31 will be returned. So we are now checking for numbers greater than 10. So we're checking this one and this is not greater than 10. So we're checking this one and this is not greater than 10. And we're checking this one and yes, this is greater than 10. So it will be returned once again 15. Let's delete this to avoid confusion because we had 215 there, and we get 18. And even if we have 30 later on, which is still greater than 10, the filter method would have picked out 30, but the find method will not pick out 30 because it just returns one element. Let's see if we use filter and we get 2, 18 and 30. But if we do find here, we get only 18 because 18 is at front row, and the find method only picks one. Now we should get 30 and not 18 because the find method find only one and returns from there. Find index is pretty similar to dot index of, I think. Okay, no, it is a bit different. Okay, so I understand this one. So it is saying dot find index is large number. It is similar to find, I would say. It is just returning the index because we're checking for condition that which element is greater than 13. So array.findIndex is going for each and every one as well. Like 5, is it greater than 13? No. 12, is it greater than 13? No. 8, is it greater than 13? No. 130, yes, it is greater than 30. 13, I mean. So we are returning the index 0, 1, 2, 3, and we get 3. Let's delete this and use 15 here. It should return 0. And it is returning 0, but if we do here 120, it is returning 1. So find index just find, it is very similar to find, but it just returns the index. Okay, join, there are lots of array methods. It cannot be covered in one video, I suppose. So elements to join is to join array elements in like one string, should I say. So we are doing elements dot join and then empty argument, so nothing is passed there. So we are getting fire, air, water because we have already the comma here. But if we do dot join and then put empty string there, there is nothing. If we do a space there, we should get a space here. So elements dot join is just joining all these array elements and then separating out whatever we put here. If we put star here, there will be fine, star, water, and then star in between them. If we do slash here, we would get fire slash air slash water. Let's comment these out to avoid confusion once again. So we can do dash as well. We get fire, air, water. If we put nothing, we get nothing. If we put a space, we get a space. So array.join can be used to make these whole array elements a single string. Okay, so we have talked a lot about a lot of array methods, and there's still a ton to cover, but not anymore today. Let's keep things for tomorrow as well. So okay, thank you everyone. Thanks for tuning in and watching the whole video. If you don't understand anything from this video or previous videos, make sure you comment down below and let me know. If you have any feedback for me, comment down below and I will try to address it. Array is pretty important, so keep watching this array videos, this one and the next one. These two will be pretty important, I think. So yeah, thank you very much, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.